So we got the little TS125 in the shop. I went ahead and aired the tires up, and you see they are holding air, so that's a plus. Basically it's all there. The seat just got a small rip in it right here. Still nice and fluffy. I think this is the better one out of the bunch, except for the gas tank. It's got like a tombstone style headlight on it. Never seen that before. Front brake cable's froze. Well, that's not the brake cable, that's the clutch cable. Well, it almost, wow, clutch cable is actually moving. Wow. I don't know about the front brakes though. I don't know if I want to squeeze that because it rolls pretty easy. Well, it's got the high and low range. I haven't been up under the seat yet, so I guess we'll take a gander there. Hopefully don't nothing jump out at us. It just froze. Let's put 30V40 or something on the seat. There we go. Well, not too bad. It's got the, look like a little battery in it. What is that, a 6 volt, 3 volt? That is a Rocky Cycles. Rocky Cycle Power. Still hooked up. Except for the wire here with it. Yep. There's the oil tank, so it is oil injection. All that's still hooked up. Looks like it came from, let's get down there. Came from Harry Suzuki. Sales in 2544 Summer Avenue. That's in Memphis. This is in Memphis, so this is a Memphis bike. Phone's ringing out the hook. We'll just call him back. So anyway, old bike is in pretty decent shape, other than it's rusty. Put that on silent. You know, it's kind of rusty. It's all there. The fork shocks, the fork seals, I mean, are blown. So everything's basically there. Old mirror, handlebar grips. So we'll try and find a key for it. See if we can get the key to turn on, and then we'll test it and see if we got any fire. And hopefully the tires will stay up. Like I said, the gas tank is fried. Well, I wonder what will go in gear. Don't have any gearage. I don't know if you have to switch that. Maybe the clutch is stuck. Clutch pack could be stuck. That's the reason why I don't catch a gear. But we'll look into that. But anyway, we will get back to it because we're still working on the old Trans Am. So we'll get back to this little dude here and we'll see how it's going to turn out. Well, I was unable to find a key for this switch, so I decided to go ahead and just take it off. And I'm going to try to open it up, and maybe we can just turn it on. at the back side of it. And then we'll worry about a key later. Right now we just want to basically get it open and get the ignition on to see if we got any fire. And then we can try and shoot some juice at it and see will it crank up. Ew. That does not look good in there. See springs and crap everywhere. So I'm probably gonna have to take it apart and then figure out something. It's a whole bunch of stuff in there. So there's that part there. Spring and some little magnet pieces. I thought it'd be like the kind of newer stuff. You can stick a screwdriver in there and turn it. But this one is not like that. So maybe we can get down there to the tumblers and we can make a key fit. If I can get this out without breaking it. That's gonna be kind of hard to do. I really don't want to hot wire it. I see two wires that someone has tied together already and look like they repaired them, but I don't really want to go through and try and rig nothing up. And we can always just run a hot wire to the points, because I know it's going to be points model. See if we can get this cap out of there. Might be able to see what's going on. Let's come out of there sideways. It's hanging up right here. There we go. So there's the inside of the switch. As you turn the key, that little metal piece right there, it's got like a little tab sticking out. It turns this piece here, which turns the switch on and off. And I see some ball bearings in there, which they probably go in these springs. So I don't see any way to get in there to the actual switch. So that's going to be tricky. We're probably going to have to find some wires that's hot. And or disconnect the switch. That might disconnect the switch, we might have power then. But yeah, that is going to be, well, I might be able to just stick it on there. Maybe we can turn it where it needs to be and try it that way, maybe. We don't want to lose any parts though. So we'll put the springs back in there where they're supposed to go. And we'll put all the little metal pieces back in there. So I don't know if this is gonna work, but tried to find a key switch for it online and couldn't find one. So we might have to be doing some stuff there to put a new type of switch on it. So this turns, this is actually here, and it rubs like that. So maybe we can put like a zip tie on it, maybe and turn it to a certain position and see would that work? Because right now this won't turn because the cylinder's locked. Let me grab a zip tie real fast. See, can I get that to hold it together? Everything's falling off. If that don't work, we'll just go with plan B. That would be trying to find the wires that would make it turn on. Which we might get lucky like this, because the way it looks like everything is supposed to line up perfectly as it turns. So we're gonna stick together like that. Hopefully we can get this zip tie around it. So maybe that'll hold that there. Hopefully it's in the on position, and we can take the tank off. Or maybe we can probably just take this spark plug wire off, lay it up on the head. But I won't be able to see if it's firing. Well, I could kick it down by hand. I say we just snatch the tank off of it, and that way, if we snatch the tank off, we'll be able to see it firing, or I can see it firing anyway. Looks like the tank is just on here with some straps. Oh, let's dry rot it. That's probably ain't been off in decades. Fuel line's still on it. It's hard as a rock. See, can we get this fuel line off? There ain't no twisting that off. It just come right on off of there. I don't know what's up under the tank. Boss nest, bee nest. It had a front strap and it just disintegrated. That tank is heavy. So now we got the tank off. Let me get a, man, that is crusty. That boot is just dry rotted. So can we get that to screw back in there? Probably gonna have to cut that off. And looked like it was actually getting hot. See, can we cut that back and get that to screw up on there? Surely gotta be some good wire left in there somewhere. Now we put our spark plug cap on. Gotta be careful, I don't want to break the coil wire out of the coil because everything's kind of dry. Alright, let me grab a spark plug. Trying to find a good spark plug. Anything that makes fire. Plug wire in. And the plug in the propped up on the head. Let's see if it's got any fire. That would be nice. It'll defeat the purpose of trying to rig up some kind of wires for the key switch. Alright, so here's the moment of truth. Let's see. I don't have an on and off switch, so no fire. Maybe we can turn this switch just a little bit. Points could be dirty. No fire. I bet you I'm gonna have to go in and clean those points. I'm gonna have to find the wires or unplug the key switch. Try and turn it another way. It'll be impossible to do this. If we hook the battery charger to it, we can probably see if the lights are on. No fire. Let's see. Can't see what's going on. Nope. So I'm gonna have to go with plan B. Have to play around with these wires. Find the hot wire to turn the ignition on. Just for giggles, why don't we unplug this key switch completely? Yeah, that's been plugged up for a while. Let's unplug the switch and see if we got any fire now. fire. So I'm thinking it's going to be a combination of points and our ignition switch. It's got good compression though for a 125. So I'm gonna do a little research on the wiring, and we will try to get to the points and see are they dirty, and then we will hopefully get this thing afire. That way we can see what it hit off. So I was able to get a key to actually work in the switch. I took just a random key I had, and what I did was I took it out and I did some sanding on it. Like that's on right now and that's off. Did some sanding on it. Then I took my drill and ran a real small drill bit down to the front section of the key switch. And I think I disturbed some of the tumblers, and now we got key on, and you can pull the key out. You can see where I grind on it a little bit. Stick it back in. Works perfect. Still don't have any fire. So my next thing is what I'm going to do. We're going to check out the points and see what they look like. So I'm gonna pull this cover off, and we'll look in there and see what the points look like. I think the points are actually dirty. Pretty sure they are. So let's see how rusty busty it is in here. Hopefully we can get to the points. We won't have to pull the mag off. Which I have pullers for it, but hopefully, ooh, that one's got dirt in it. It's always got to be one. Hopefully we can do it without to do all that. I mean, do it without having to do all that. So. Oh. Looks pretty clean in there. Looks real clean in there. Gasket stayed good. That looks real clean. So there's your high and low selector. And I also found out this is actually a Tc125, not a TS. It's a 72 Tc125. So I was wrong all the way around. I'll show you the VIN number here in a minute. So I guess what we need to do now is rotate the flywheel around, the magneto around, till we can see the openings of the points, and we'll be able to see them. So I guess there's the points right back up in there. I don't know if you can see them. Let's see, can I get you closer up there? Sorry about that. Points are trying to zoom in on them. You can see the points, they're right there. So I bet you they just need to be cleaned. You should just have a single set of points. So what I could do is try and get a fingernail file. We'll try and get in there and open them up and kind of sand them. A double-sided, just regular old fingernail file should do, without having to pull the magneto off. So I'm gonna see if I can round up one of those, and we'll see can we get it sanded. So I couldn't find a fingernail file, but I did get a piece of emery cloth. Kind of folded it. I'm gonna go in here and open these points up Maybe I can get in there and foul them. They look kind of scrungy, but not too bad. Let's see if we can double this up some more. Best I can with it. It's gonna be a problem. Alright, we in there. Kind of go back and forth with them a little bit. Should clean some of the gunk off. It's real clean in here though. I don't see any moisture. I mean the magneto coils look real good. I was expecting a lot of water and rust. This thing, I think it was inside maybe for a little bit, and then somebody threw it outside, or maybe it was in a old garage or something. People moved out, and junk man came through, and you know, stuff like that. Well, I got them sanded off pretty good, so let's kick it over and see, do we have any kind of fire? Hopefully we do. I'll try and put this spark plug where we can actually see it. And I can put it right there, and maybe we can see if we got some spark-o-matic. Fingers crossed. You know, I can't see. No fire there. Aha! We got fire. It sparked one time. I mean, it sparked one time. Let's make sure that. Man, it sparked one time. Did y'all see that? What happened? Is it in the switch? We had one spark. Just gotta have to go back in and clean those points some more. Let's see right there. I'm gonna have to go back in. I think we need to clean those points some more. But we did have one spark. Hope y'all seen that. Alright. We'll go back in and re-clean these points. You had one little spark. So we'll go back in there. Turn around. Really need to see if the points are opening and closing. I can see some movement going on. It's like, where did the spark go? It must not have got it clean enough. Might have to get some contact cleaner or something. Spread them. Try my best to get them as clean as I can. I mean, one little spark. Let me get something to clean that off. I hate to put brake cleaner in there. We got some Crc Contact Cleaner. Let's put it in here and see if we can get that cleaned off. I don't see any rust on the magnets. Alright, let's try this again. Let's see if we got fire this time. Hopefully we do. So there's just one little speck. Let's see what we got. It's hard to kick and see. No fire. So either our points is not opening and closing right, like it might be stuck, or we got something going on in the ignition system. Oh, we got fire there. Something's up with this key switch. As I switch it. Oh, there we go. We can get it in that spot. Something's up with the key switch. Might have to end up going back in it. Get it out of the points is not, because usually the switch is on, but I can turn it just a little bit. Let's go right there. Out. I think, well, I don't think it's in the switch. But it did spark a couple more times. Maybe the points are not opening and closing like they're supposed to. And one thing, it'll wear you out and they don't even have a plug in. So I think what the problem is in the points. So we're going to have to probably have to take the magneto off and make sure those points are not sticking. They are kind of stiff, but they're coming back. I can't tell if it's, well, I can see them opening and closing. Maybe we need to clean on them one more time. I don't think it's in the switch. Could be. Might have to take it back apart, but it went together pretty good. I think it's basically not getting those points clean good enough. It's kind of hard to do. We'll try it one more time. Everything in there pretty cleaned out. Point seems to be opening and closing. See, can we blow that out a little bit? Alright, let's give her one more shot for the night. And if that don't work, we will dig into the ignition system some more another day. Sorry about that. That's that hungry hiccup. Alright. Still no fire. It's got to be a problem. I'm thinking it's in the key switch. I don't think it's a problem with the points. I'm thinking we got a key switch problem. I wonder what happens if I just unplug that switch again. Probably still won't fire. We can try it though. Nope. So what I might have to do is actually put a battery on it, and let's see, can we get any lights to come on, and that'll let me know that the ignition is on. And then we can be able to tell that we got the key switch on. So let me see if I can get a charge on a little 6-volt battery, see what that does. So I got the charger hooked to it. I haven't turned it on yet. I got it on 6-volt. So let's just see if we get anything. Hopefully we do. I gotta make sure these cables don't touch though. Kind of in a bad spot. Being a 6-volt, I don't think it's going to do too much trouble. But I don't want to burn it to the ground either. Alright, contact. Got tail light. got a horn. So now we know the switch is on, because if I turn it off, the tail light goes out. Which is cool. The little tail light works. We don't have any lights on up here, but probably because it ain't running. But maybe we can get some fire now. Maybe I'll try and kick it over with the battery charger hooked up. What you think? Problem is the cables is in there. Let's see if we got some fire now with the key switch on. Nope. It's gotta be in the points now. Because we know we got the switch on and everything is lit up. So I'm thinking it's gotta be in the points. Because if I turn the switch off, that's gonna be accessory. And that's going to be off, and that's going to be on. So it's got to be in the points. I think the points are not adjusted right, or they're just bad points. So I'm going to do a little bit more research on the points, and we will get back to it another day. I might end up just pulling the magneto off and actually clean the points that way. Make sure that the points are moving freely with the cam, and you know, the cam on your crankshaft, your little lobe, and we'll make sure all that works. But that's got a tail light. So anyway, that's going to be it for right now on it, and we'll get back to it another day. So I did a little thinking about the firing issue, and what I came up with, I'm going to see if there's any voltage coming from the points in the stator, and how I'm going to do that. I'm going to run a test light straight to the wire that's going to the coil, the ignition coil, and then I'm going to see if we got juice there, and if we do, then that means that that the coil's no good, the ignition coil. So I'm going to find the wire that we need, and it should be, I'm thinking it's going to be a black wire that we need coming from the coil. Let's see, there's a wire, because one of them's going to be ground. So I'm thinking it's this wire right here. I gotta trace it down, but it's a yellow and black wire. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get my test light out and we'll hook to it. We'll ground to the frame, because if it's got voltage coming from our points and stator down there, that means that the coil is shot. We already know we got the ignition fixed. It's kind of hard to find that wire. I'm thinking I'm stabbed into where it plugs. So let's see if we got any juice going there. Kind of hard to kick it. Oh yeah. Let's lighten up the test light. You can barely see it. So we got fire there. So I'm thinking the ignition coil is bad. It's either bad or we got a weak fire coming from the points. I mean, this test light is not the greatest one I got, but it is showing we got voltage. So I guess what we're gonna do is hunt for an ignition coil, put that on there, and we'll see if we got fire at the spark plug. So I found a coil I had laying around in my stash, and just got it temporarily bolted on there. The original coil actually goes from that side of the bracket to that side. So I took it off, and we're gonna see if that one works. I don't know if that coil works or not, but I think I got two of the same ones. So out of two, one of them should work. We got this one here, same thing. And this is the original one here. So you can see where it bolts on the frame. And the difference in them is where they mount. That one's a little, I don't know if you can tell, but the bracket's a little smaller. So anyway, I got that coil bolted on. So now what we're going to do is hook the wire back up. Hopefully we have some fire. With this coil. It's just one single wire, plugs into the harness. It's hard to get in there because where the wire is. Dig it up out of there. Okay, so here's our spark plug wire coming from this one. I just gotta put a cap on it. Probably do better to come through the frame. Well, let me get the cap first. Screw it on here with the spark plug. Nice and tight. I'm guessing we'll put the plug right here. We'll kick it over and see if we got any fire. So hopefully now we got some spark, and it's just the coil bad. It would be nice still no fire. So it's got to be our points is just weak. Unless this coil's no good. I got another one. I don't really know if this one's good or not. We should have had spark though. Still no spark. So I guess I'll try this other coil. And if that ain't it, it's gonna be back to the drawing board with the points. Let me take this one back off. Like I said, I didn't know what was wrong with these. So I get it swapped out and then we'll try it again. So I had to end up taking the key switch apart. These wires in the harness here, they were real shorted out. Looked like someone was starting to chew on them, maybe a mouse or something. So I had to end up just kind of splicing into them and put connectors in. Because it will fire sometimes if you wiggle the harness, and when you stop wiggling the harness, it'll go away. So I re-cleaned the points and just got tired of jacking around with it, so I just went ahead and I hated to cut the wire harness, but now we got fire. Forever fire. Looks pretty decent. I believe it'll hit off and make some sound. Let's see, let me pull it back over here. So yeah, you see fire. Like I say, hopefully it's strong enough to hit it off. But I know that the slider is stuck on the carburetor. So I'm going to have to take that carburetor off and put it up on the bench, open it up and see what's up with that. Then we should be able to put some gas in it. Let me get some pliers, take that off with. Ooh, that is real tight. It's all gummed up. When you see the slider stuck, you know what the rest of the carburetor looks like. I can twist the throttle, it's not doing anything. What I just need to do is just pull the carburetor off and then should be able to get some carb cleaner in behind it. Looked like somebody had already tried to take it off because the boot was already half removed. But they wasn't too successful. So I'm thinking, I really hate to mess that carburetor boot up. I got one side loose. That back boot is hard as a rock. So let me get a wrench. We'll try and see can we make it slide back. We can get the carb off without tearing anything up. So I think it has a metal boot on the front. It's actually a 12. All right. Got one off. Hopefully we can get this thing to wiggle off here a little bit. That boot is, it is harder than a brick. Actually, it's one of those carburetors where you gotta unscrew the nut and then push back. But the stud is so long. Should be able to. Man, that sucks. Let's take the side cover off. Maybe I can take the boot off from the air box. Need to look in the air box anyway. Oop. Maybe we can scoop the air box back. Oh, those screws are so rusty. Let's see if we can get this off of there. There's the clamp. The back of the boot is really soft. It's just the front that's maybe we can get the slide off of there. Don't want to poke a hole in it. It's starting to come off there. Probably a mouse nest in the air box. Come on off of there. Ah, there we go. Boots off. Now we can finish taking the carb off. Good thing it's got that hard plastic front boot. Alright. Yeah, she's stuck. I can oh no, she ain't moving. Let's see, can we shoot it with some carburetor cleaner? I want to get it on the camera. It still froze. It's gummy on the inside a little bit. I hate it when sliders stick like that. They make it impossible to get out. I'm gonna soak it down some more. Scoot this back some. maybe it'll free up that carb cleaner. Man, that thing is super stuck. Probably gonna have to take the throttle cable off with the carburetor, because it won't budge. I'm gonna get in through the top. That's just putting tension on the cable. Well, I'm thinking I'm going to have to probably let the carburetor suck with some carb cleaner upside down, maybe turn it like that, and we'll see will that slider free up. But we could spray some in through the intake just to see what it even hit off. What about that? So we'll put the plug back in. We'll put the plug back in. We'll just shoot some off in the carburetor, the intake. Just see what it even hit off. I put some PV blaster down in there about a week ago, and should be well lubed up. Just gotta get the plug wire back on there. Plug wire hard as a rock. All right, you guys ready? Let's just see what, should get something. Didn't get nothing there. Guess we'll have to go with some gasolino. I thought maybe it would have hit off. Off of that. Try it again. Maybe I should put it in a plug hole. Yep. Let's try to put it in a plug hole. This spark plug ain't the greatest. Let's see, is it still firing also? Yep, she's firing. Spray some in the plug hole. That might get it percolating. If not, we'll have to go ahead and get that carburetor cleaned. Do it that way. Because it's a job getting this spark plug wire back on there. Alright. Here we go. We're gonna have to get some gas going to it. Yeah, we're gonna have to get some go-go juice going to it. So what I'm gonna do is try and get this slider freed up and get that carburetor off so we can take it apart and see how bad it is. Alright, so I finally got the slider loose. I just kept spraying it down with brake cleaner and carburetor cleaner, whether, and it came out. So it's real dirty down in there. So I bet you I'm gonna have to soak it. So let's pull the bowl off. Oh, that's not gonna come off. See how bad it is. By looking at the gas tank, I know it's pretty bad. I don't think they would have had cut the gas off. One more screw. Drum roll, please. What would it look like? Hopefully not too bad. Ready? Just the sound of it. Don't sound too good. She is glued tight. Okay. Gasket still looks good. Oh. Ew. Look at that. Some kind of muddy mud. That don't look good at all. Trying to get some light down here. That thing is just full of mud. I never seen any gas look like that. Brown chocolate stuff. That is kind of looks like chocolate. Floats are stuck, needles stuck. Oh boy. So I guess I'll be trying to get this thing freed up, and we'll have to let it soak for a couple days. But I don't know what that coating is. I wonder, did they try and coat the gas tank to get the rust out? And you know, to cover up the rust and the stuff leaked down in the carburetor. That's what it looked like. Looks like some kind of coating or something. So let's see, can we get this carburetor? I mean, that is froze solid. That's got to be some kind of stuff they put in the tank to cover the rust up, because that's like solid. Hopefully it'll come off. See, can we get that out of there? Needle's probably gonna be screwed. Moved a little bit. That thing is froze. Wouldn't make no sense putting gas in this and trying cranking it. Let's see if we can find like a small nail, something to pick that out of there. Small screwdriver. Maybe this will get it. And it will not move. Might have to soak the whole carburetor. Just drop the whole thing in there. That's weird. What is that? I mean, it won't budge. Have to find something smaller than that. Where's a nail when you need one? Something like a finishing nail or something? A little bit more then. There she goes. Might as well just take it all the way out. That is coated with something. That's some gas from the 70s. I already see the needle was stuck. Oh, it's not coming out of there. Everything's basically froze. What I'm gonna do is just try and get it stripped down the rest of the way. We'll throw it off in the carburetor cleaner, and hopefully all that stuff clean up. We might be able to get it to do something. So I soaked this carburetor probably for about 3-4 days, possibly almost a week, and that is clean as I can get it. Here's the bowl. As clean as I can get the bowl. I blew everything out. Sprayed it down with some carb cleaner. All the jets and stuff has been cleaned. That's the little float thingy that pushes the floats. See, it took it all the way down to brass. This thing was covered with some kind of, I don't know, coating, something out of the gas tank or something. Never seen something like that build up. But So only thing I gotta do now is just start putting it all back together. Here's the jet. I mean, not the jet, but the seat for the needle. So we'll just start sticking it all back together and hope for the best. Let's get some tools. Hopefully it'll work. If not, I might have to turn to the old interwebs and order one of those cheap China brand carburetors. Which you take a gamble with those. Sometimes they work good, sometimes they don't. So that just got to be a 10. So here's the needle here. Cleaned it up nice. Let it all soak. So what we gotta do is put this main jet back in there. First I want to do before I put the needle seat in. Stick a screwdriver in there and turn it till it gets to that slot. Which that didn't work. It has a little slot down in there. I don't know if you can see that. And it lines up with. So I'm thinking this little washer here, and that thing is dirty. I'll clean that off. Stick that in there like that, and that goes on top of it. Just tighten it with the needle nose. All right. Let's see what else we got. We got the choke that needs to go on. So with the choke, it looks like it's something like, did it go like that? Surely it didn't go like that. So I think it went like that right there. This has got a screw back down in there. Oh, I don't like the way that's going. Don't want to line up. I don't believe it went like that. Couldn't went like that. I forgot how the choke goes. Oops. So it can't go like that because it'll block the threads. How in the world did that go on there? It's puzzling. It would have to go like that. Surely it didn't stick out the side. That wouldn't make no sense. This thing is starting to really piss me off here. It's funny, I took it apart and I don't remember how it go back together. It does go on the side. Just get it to start. Thread in there. Crying out loud. Keeps wanting to turn. Starting to wonder. Surely it didn't go like that. That wouldn't make any sense. I'm gonna have to. Oh, I know how it goes. Why y'all didn't say anything? It goes all the way around the other side. I had to put my thinking cap back on. It's been so long since I tore one of these apart. Now! I still ain't got that right. Hold, please. A little stupid. Oh, come on. Crying out loud. Get over there. There! Finally. She's kind of stubborn though, but she works. I have to spray a little. There she goes. A little WD-40 or something on there, but. So now we got the choke on. Finally. Crying out loud. Thought we will never get it on there. See, that's tight. Right. We'll probably shoot some oil on that or something. So now we can go ahead and put our needle and seat and air screw and all that back in. Well, let's put this air screw in first. And it goes. Junk falling off in there from somewhere. It goes in the side of the carb. We'll put it in there. Oop! Almost forgot. Yeah, that's a spring that goes on there. Turn out about 2.5 full turns, somewhere in there. Alright. There's our needle. Here's our float piece. Make sure that's clean. Had a problem getting it out of there. There she goes. Got our needle seat back in. So what's next? What's next is we got to put the gasket on the bowl. It's got a little tear in it. That might be an issue, but we're gonna send it just to see if the thing runs. If it does, we'll go with a different route. Maybe we'll order a carburetor kit with a new gasket, needle, and seat, and all that good stuff. It's got these little floats, and they're labeled up. You can see it says up on it. Somewhere in there. Looks pretty good. Get more light. Alright, so we got that all intact. Now we can put the bowl on. You can hear them jumping around in there. And it's one more thing I gotta do to the bowl for the drain screw, and I'll show you. on the drain, it had like this little felt gasket on there, and when I took the drain screw out, it kind of disintegrated. So we're going to have to find one to fit it. The drain screw has like a little jet made in it. So it's supposed to have a little gasket on there so it'll seal and won't let the gas come out of there. So I'm gonna check my little felt gasket kit way back in the back. Picked up this little kit from Harbor Freight. It's called Tap Reseater Washer Assortment Kit, and it's got all kind of little gaskets and stuff in there. Little, it looks like it right there. It's all kind of little sealing O-rings and little felt sealer things. That looks like it. That fits perfect. There's two of them in there. I think there's one made out of rubber. It's some kind of paper gasket anyway, so that just screws right back in there. The little I can actually tighten that with the, well, carburetor's together, so we're going to put it on there and see what she fire up. Put a little grease on that choke there, but I think it'll be alright. Idle screw is nice and free. So I'm gonna get the bike pulled out and we'll put the carburetor on there, get us a gas bottle set up, and see if we can get it cranked. Alright, it's that time. Got the carburetor back on. We got a little temporary gas bottle hooked up. So I'm gonna pour some gas in and I hope the carburetor don't start boiling out. Then we'll have an issue. I hate these safety proof. I'm not going to put very much, just in case the needle don't shut off and gas start pouring out everywhere. So let's see what she does. Throttle's free. Turn our choke on. Hard to kick it from here. Whoa. Choke is. Hopefully it's enough fire to do what it needs to do. Nothing. I don't see anything pouring out of there, so needle and seat is still holding. Let's make sure we still got fire. They got some compression though, I can tell you that. Hopefully the pipe ain't gummed up with dirt daubers. See if we still got fire. Hard to tell. I know I didn't cut the key off. It's like it's firing sometimes and sometimes it don't. There it goes. We got fire. See if we can dump a little in the spark plug hole. Maybe get off of that. Plug is so hard to go back in there on this side. Alright. Get on there. It's hard getting the spark plug out. Alright. See, ow. Seat's too high. Nothing. I'm wondering. It's the points firing sometimes and sometimes they ain't. But it just had a straight fire. Huh. Guess we're gonna have to give my leg a rest because it is tired. Let me give my little leg a rest. We'll recheck some things and see can we get it to fire up. All right. Change plugs. Uh-oh. Here we go. It ran for a few seconds. Now it's smoky as hell in here. Let me open the door up. It fired up, folks. It ran. Let's see will it restart. Awesome. I'm gonna put the choke on this side. Oh, so lovely. I think it only runs with the choke on. now it won't start. But it did run. Wonder did we lose fire? We might have lost fire. But it did run though. Didn't sound too bad. My leg is sore. It cranked for a few minutes, so that is awesome. I couldn't tell the headlight was on. I know the tail light was on. I mean the dash lights. Make sure there's no wires touching. So I'm wondering, did it lose spark? Could be a possibility that it lost spark. I'm gonna recheck the plug again. Sounding pretty good though. Let's see if she still got spark. This plug is really too short. It don't reach all the way inside the cap. Yeah, we lost spark. We have no spark. I don't think it's in the switch. Yeah, we lost spark. I think the points are just junk. I had a problem with them. Not wanting to fire. Well, our ground wire is loose on our frame. Let's see if that's what it is. Ran for like a few minutes. I know we lost spark. That's what the problem is. This coil's loose. I didn't tighten it up all the way. Definitely lost spark. So I'm thinking the points are just junk. Cause it's not firing again. But it does run. That's a good thing. So it's got compression to run. But the points are just garbage. I will see if I can sand on them again. Probably just gonna have to just go ahead and order a new set. But I'll try sanding on them one more time. And if it don't spark again, we'll just go ahead and order a new set of points. But like I say, at least I know now it's got compression to run. So I did some more cleaning on the points, and let's see what fire up now and run. Oh yeah, and I went to roll it, and the chain just fell off of it. One of the links on the chain was just rusted in half. As soon as I took off to roll it forward, the chain just fell off of it. That's weird, but anyway. See what she the choke on. If I turn the choke off, it starts to bog out. So, probably gonna need a little bit more carburetor cleaning or just a new carburetor. But hey, it runs, it sounds good. Let's see if we crank up again. Just on the air screw a little bit. I didn't think about that. Ooh, it's smoky. Smoky Joe. But hey, it runs. That's the good part. Runs good. Let's get some of this smoke out of here. So yeah, folks, she runs. Like I said, I'm gonna have to probably do a little bit more adjusting on the carburetor because it only runs with the choke on. It'll run for a few minutes with it off, but other than that, it sounds good and crispy. So next step would be getting the gas tank. I'm gonna go ahead and order a new set of points anyway, and we'll get those in there. And the chain, it just rusted in half. I mean, I went to roll it, see what happened to it. The link just broke. I think it might have been in gear. I might have accidentally knocked it in gear when I was doing the points. And I went to roll it, and I just heard it just fall off of there. I mean, just look at that. So I'm gonna have to get a new chain for it. So y'all just stay tuned. The Tc125 will be soon on the road. After we do a little bit more stuff to it, like I said, we got to get a good gas tank for it because that other gas tank is no good. And but actually we can ride it with our little test bottle, but I got to get a chain or fix that one. Anyway, y'all just stay tuned. And there was one subscriber out there that asked me, hey, what's up with the Suzuki? And here it is. It runs straight from the salvage yard. So we'll holler at y'all later. Y'all be safe out there.